Welcome into this Friday Rewind. Today we're getting set to watch North Alabama take down Florida Gulf Coast in ASUN women's basketball action. We're going to watch this game, the highlights, the abbreviated version with UNA head basketball coach Missy Tiber. And Coach Tiber, let's set the stage for this win. You go back and you look at it. Florida Gulf Coast had won 42 straight ASUN games going back to February of 2018. It was just their third loss all-time inside of Alico Arena against an ASUN team. They were undefeated coming into the game, one of the top three-point shooting teams in the nation. Just how big of a win was this for your team this past year?
You know, I think it was our signature win for the season. In fact, it was probably our biggest win so far in our Division I era. I think the win last year at SEC Vanderbilt was impressive. But when you're talking about going to a place like Alico Arena and playing a number 23 ranked team in the country and beating them on their home court, I think there's a lot to be said for that. And it was a remarkable game and a well-played game for us.
All right, Coach, let's jump into the film room and watch this one and talk about some of the big moments. The first thing that stands out about this game, Coach, is you made a change to the starting lineup. Olivia Noah inserted. She would be ASUN Newcomer of the Year. But talk about the decision to place her in the starting lineup for this one.
We just felt truly Florida Gulf Coast is kind of almost a five-guard offense the way they run. And we felt inserting Olivia in the starting lineup would give us a better opportunity offensively and defensively to match them. And ultimately, our goal was try to beat the best team in the league, and I feel like that was the right decision to make at that time.
Coach, you look at the first four highlights of this one, 2 Emma Wallen drives and Olivia Noah and 1 finish we'll see shortly. The ball movement, attacking the basket, how key was that early on?
You know, I think it was huge, especially that first play of the game. I think that kind of sets the tone for us. And then there you see again Olivia Noah getting the backdoor cut there. But we really felt that they would overplay the shooters. So the first set of the game was a backdoor isolation play for Emma, and we got it. And that really I think that kind of pushed them back a little bit. And then we were just able to get some really nice cuts. You can see our offense was just flowing extremely well throughout the first quarter.
This is one of my favorite clips. The ball did not touch the ground until Ivy drove in. First quarter comes to a close. You guys have the lead. On the road in a hostile environment, just how important is it? How key was it having the lead moving into the second quarter?
I think we felt so much confidence right there going into the quarter break. A year ago at the first quarter, I think we were down maybe 15 or 20 points. So I think we felt a lot of confidence. From when we played them at home, we felt like we had the ability and the system to beat them. And our girls just kept believing, and we just kept really spacing the court out really well and moving and playing selfless basketball.
Coach, these next 5 clips that we're going to see, we just saw Emma Wallen lay it up. She finished with 22 points, 6 drives to the basket. She's the school's all-time leading three-point shooter, but that driving aspect in this game, just how did it change things up?
I think the driving and the backdoor cuts early, and then that allowed her to get that last 3. They kind of relaxed a little bit and worried about her cutting, and then we got something. And then here comes Jada Bond and started us off with a couple really nice drives off the bench as well, and she had a really good first half.
We see that scoop layup a lot from Jada Bond over the next couple of ball games. Jada Bond, Jayla Roberts, how big of a boost were they, 2 freshmen in this game?
They played extremely well, and so did Olivia. So you've got 3 newcomers on the court that played, I thought, exceptionally well. At this stage of the season, everyone is understanding the offense and what we're asking them to do and how we want to move the ball, and we really did it really well in this game.
So we would push the lead out to 10 in the second quarter. Here's Jada Bond, pushes it out to 10. But when FGCU would make a run, here they come with a couple of big threes, Coach. When they make these runs, how important was it to find the answer?
Well, they're going to score, and they're going to make threes, or they're going to shoot layups. That's just what they do. But I think the big thing was for us just to continue to play. We know that they were going to make runs at us, and we just had to continue to do our thing and not lose our confidence. And I think really our coaching staff did a good job of calling timeouts when they needed to settle us down. And for the most part, we had some answers. There you go, Jayla Roberts being aggressive as a freshman on the road in this environment, going and getting us 2 points in a really tight game.
First half comes to a close. We have a 3-point lead. Take us into the halftime locker room. What's going through your mind?
We can win. and that's what we talked to him about. We can win this game. Just keep doing what you're doing and limit mistakes. That's the biggest thing against Florida Gulf Coast is they're going to force you into mistakes and they're going to execute out of those and get some easy points. And we knew we had to limit that. And that was going to be a big key to the second half. And we start the third quarter not doing exactly what we wanted to do. We gave them some easy points off of our turnovers, but then once again we settled back down. But just a lot of confidence in the locker room at halftime.
Coach, the second half's going to open up right here with a layup from Emma Wallen, but then you just mentioned a turnover leads to a three for FGCU. They tie it. The nest erupted. Just how big was it for this team to not let the atmosphere take over?
I think that was key for us. And right away, I sensed it, and I immediately called the timeout. And I just settled us back down. I was like, we're okay. We knew that they were going to make runs. They're a great basketball team. And but we just had to have answers. And we come out of this timeout, and we just go right back to executing and doing what we had been doing all game. And we didn't get, caught up into, oh, no, here they come. Ivy comes out of that timeout and drains that three, and that was huge.
Ivy Wallen carried you at Giles, 2 Player of the Year candidates. How thrilling was it watching those two go head-to-head?
Especially right there, just going back-to-back and making big plays. 2 of the best point guards and guards in the league, and just tremendous basketball.
You mentioned 2 great point guards. Kenesha Colson, Coach, kind of that backup point guard in the starting lineup. We saw the dish right there, the block from Ainsley Eubank. So many players contributing.
Yeah, Kenesha, we always feel like if she has like a 4th spot type player guarding her, that we can shift her to the point guard and her speed and athleticism. And that was an excellent setup. And then Ainsley was just a tremendous defender this game. And it was huge for us.
Another drive by Emma Wallen. Let's see, the third quarter comes to a close. We go into the fourth quarter with a 1-point lead. What's the intensity level like at this point?
I remember at the quarter break, we're just talking about one more quarter. We're in this thing. And this is all we talked about. Just be in the game. Give yourselves an opportunity to win coming in the fourth quarter and down the stretch.
Ainsley Eubank, another hustle rebound, leads to the Emma Wallen 3. And at this point, early in the fourth quarter, Coach, second half rather, it felt like we were just going back and forth for a little while.
We were 2 high-profile offensive scoring teams, 2 of the top scoring teams in the league, and we were definitely doing that. But then down the stretch, when it gets crunch time, we were able to get some big stops. But they come up with the 3 here, but we get right back into the game. An excellent backdoor play right there from Kenesha to Ivy, and gives us back the lead again.
And really at that point, we go through a great defensive stretch where FGCU missed 13 consecutive shots. Break down the defensive effort for us.
I think going into the game, we knew we were going to have to be the aggressors and make them take hard shots. And we're going to provide a little extra help and a little bit more breaking, digging in than we had in the past. And we took some risks doing that. And I think we rushed them into a lot of shots. We ran them off the line. Not always a traditional defense, but we run and jump at them. We were not going to give them easy 3-point looks. And then I think it got to the stage where they felt like they had to rush some shots. And then those become tougher to make. And, I give our girls, all of them, a lot of credit defensively. Kenesha, Ainsley, and Brittany really set the interior defense extremely well in this fourth quarter.
Coach, perhaps the shot of the game right here. I paused it so we could really talk about this. 3-point ball game, hostile environment. How big was this 3 from Ivy Wallen?
We're up 3, and we call one of our go-to plays that I've run since I've been a head coach. And just a misdirection double screen away for a 3. Excellent pass, right on time, and huge. I really felt if we could make a 3 at that stage, we were going to have every opportunity to win. And then we come down, and they kind of take a rush shot, and we get a stop. So here we are under a minute with a 6-point lead.
Now, I'm sitting next to you guys at this point of the game, and I can hear some of the things you're yelling, slow down, calling timeouts. It's still a game they can get into. At what point did you start feeling relaxed and thinking, hey, we have done this?
Probably we're getting close to that stage about right now, but the way they can make threes, we knew that we just had to rebound and call timeouts. I had a lot of timeouts left so we could advance the ball and get it up so we could get in a situation where we could inbound the ball and make them foul us on our side of the court. And that's what we did. And then we stepped to the line and made some free throws.
Brittany Panetti ices it right here. They would get a 3-point heave, but Coach, when that buzzer sounded, the celebration started. Take us inside. What was the feeling like?
It was one of the most impressive wins of my career. Just how hard our kids played, so much determination to want to win that game and doing it together. I think that was the best part of the entire game, is how everyone was locked in together in order for the common goal, and that was to win.
You got doused in the locker room afterwards. The team was going crazy. The night before, we as a team, we went and ate at Adrian Harlow's parents' house, Coach. Just the whole weekend, all of that put together. Just how much did this team come together? How much special is it now looking back?
I mean, you were there with us the night before the game. We were just relaxed, enjoying one another. Excellent meal of steak and shrimp and crab legs. And the girls said now they need that every pregame meal. I don't think we're going to get that, but just so relaxed and just enjoying the time together. We weren't talking about basketball or anything. And I think that's the same calmness and confidence that we came to the court with the next day. Is we're just here to play. We know we're capable of winning this game, but we're going to have to play well. But more importantly, we're going to have to play extremely hard and do it together. And I couldn't have been more proud of our team that game.
Truly one of the most memorable wins of the last 2 years during this transition. Coach, thanks for taking the time to look back at some of the highlights.
Hey, thank you, Dan.